All right, so we've got some seriously cool AI stuff to dive into today.
Yeah, some really fascinating articles.
Yeah, you sent over this one in particular that I was really kind of blown away by
Oh, yeah.
about this AI they're calling co-scientist.
Mm-hmm.
And it's making some pretty big waves in the research world.
It's definitely pushing boundaries, yeah.
So this article talked about how scientists over at Imperial College London
Yeah.
spent like a decade
Wow.
trying to figure out this superbug mystery.
Right.
How bacteria become resistant to antibiotics.
What a long time.
10 years they were working on this.
Yeah.
And then they team up with Google's AI team, and they're like, all right, let's throw this co-scientist AI at this problem and see what happens.
Yeah, what happened?
So get this, the AI solved it in 2 days.
Wow.
2 days versus 10 years.
That's incredible.
It's mind-blowing.
Yeah.
So that makes you wonder, like, how does this AI even work?
Right. Is it just a super calculator or something?
Yeah.
I mean, it's more sophisticated than that.
Oh, really?
So co-scientist uses a bunch of Google's Gemini AI models.
Okay.
And these models are kind of like really good at recognizing patterns.
Mm-hmm.
They can look at tons of data, like research papers and experimental results.
Right.
And then they can like see connections that maybe humans would miss.
So it's not just like crunching numbers. It's actually like
Yeah, finding like the meaning in the data.
finding meaning. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's pretty incredible.
it is.
And what's even more fascinating is the article said that the AI had no prior knowledge of the Imperial team's work.
Wow.
It came up with the solution completely independently.
Yeah, that's a key point.
It's like it was thinking on its own.
It's not just like repeating stuff it already knows.
Right.
It's like coming up with new ideas
Wow.
based on what it's learned.
Yeah, so that's a huge leap forward for AI.
It is.
Okay, so if this AI is proposing solutions, does that mean scientists are out of a job?
Not exactly, no.
Okay.
Scientists at Imperial, they still had to do years of experiments
Right.
to prove what the AI found.
Oh, okay.
It's more about working together,
I see.
like a partnership,
Yeah.
where AI can help us discover things faster.
Right.
And then humans can make sure those discoveries are actually real.
So it's kind of like having a super-powered research assistant
Exactly.
that can just like sift through mountains of data,
Yeah.
point you in the right direction.
And the article talked about how scientists spend a lot of time on experiments that don't work out.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
What if AI could tell them which experiments to focus on,
That would be amazing.
right? The ones that are most likely to succeed.
So that's what this AI is doing.
Exactly.
It's incredible.
It's about being more efficient,
Yeah.
making research more impactful.
And this isn't just for superbugs, right?
Right. It can be used for other things, too.
Yeah, the article mentioned something about liver fibrosis.
Yeah.
And even like a potential new use for an existing cancer drug.
Right.
Like, wow.
That's one of the really interesting things about co-scientists.
Uh-huh.
It might help us find new uses for drugs we already have.
Really?
Yeah, we have all these medications,
Right.
but maybe they can be used for other things we haven't thought of yet.
That's incredible.
Yeah,
That's like a game changer,
it could be.
like leading to faster and cheaper treatments.
Potentially, yeah.
So is this technology something that other researchers can use?
It will be.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the article said they're working on a tester version,
Okay.
and then they're going to make it available to other research teams.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting.
It feels like we're on the verge of a whole new era of scientific research,
I think so.
but it also kind of makes you wonder, like, what does it mean for science as a whole
Right.
to have AI so deeply involved?
Yeah, it's a big question.
Like, what are the bigger implications here?
It's a big shift for
Yeah.
sure, and it's not just like one thing happening, you know.
Right.
The article mentioned how the UK government, they're putting a lot of money into AI infrastructure.
Oh, yeah.
They want to use AI for all kinds of things.
It seems like a big priority for them.
Yeah, they want to make sure the UK is like a leader in AI.
Yeah, I remember reading about that.
Yeah,
They even talked about using AI for peer review,
right.
like using AI to check scientific papers.
That's a big one.
Yeah, because peer review is like the gold standard for science, right?
Absolutely, yeah. It's how we make sure that research is good
Right.
before it gets published.
Make sure it's accurate.
Exactly, yeah. We don't want bad science getting out there.
Yeah, so the idea is that AI can maybe like
Yeah, speed things up a bit.
help reviewers find problems faster.
Right, because peer review can take a long time.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So AI could maybe help us do it more efficiently.
That makes sense. But
Yeah,
would it be as good as having human experts do it?
that's a good question.
Like, can AI really understand science as well as a human can?
Well, the article emphasized that it's not about replacing humans. It's
Okay.
about giving them better tools.
I see.
So AI could maybe highlight things for the human reviewers to look at. But the humans would still make the final decision.
So it's more like a collaboration, AI
Yes.
and humans working together.
Right, about combining the strengths of both.
Yeah, that makes sense.
AI is good at finding patterns,
Right.
but humans are good at understanding the bigger picture.
Right. So maybe AI could help us find things that humans might miss,
Yeah, that's the hope.
like subtle patterns in the data
Exactly.
that could lead to new discoveries.
Right.
But there's also the issue of bias, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like, if the AI is trained on biased data,
Mm-hmm.
then its results could be biased too.
Absolutely. AI is only as good as the data it learns from.
Right, so we have to be careful about that.
Yeah, we have to make sure the data is good.
And that the humans are still in control.
Exactly. It's about using AI responsibly.
Yeah, that's a good point.
We don't want to just blindly trust the AI.
Right, we still need human oversight.
Yeah, human judgment is still essential.
Because science is about more than just data.
It is.
It's about curiosity and creativity
Mm-hmm.
and trying to understand the world.
Exactly. It's about asking the right questions.
Yeah, and sometimes AI might not even know what questions to ask.
That's true.
Like, I'm thinking back to that point about co-scientists proposing solutions that no one had thought of before.
Mm-hmm.
Like, could AI actually lead us to whole new areas of science?
That's a really interesting question.
Yeah, like what if AI can see things that we can't?
What if you can make connections that we've missed?
Yeah, and that could lead to breakthroughs that wouldn't have been possible without AI.
It's definitely possible.
That's pretty mind-blowing.
It is. Yeah, it's like AI is spanning the limits of what we can know.
But at the same time,
Yeah.
not all science is about data analysis.
Right.
Some of the biggest discoveries have come from accidents.
Oh, yeah, like penicillin,
Yeah, just stumbling upon something unexpected.
serendipity.
Yeah, so AI can definitely help us analyze data faster,
Mm-hmm.
but it can't replace that human element of intuition and chance.
Right. Those are still important.
So it seems like the future of science is going to be this
Yeah,
partnership between humans and AI,
exactly.
each one bringing their own strengths to the table.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how it all is out.
Yeah, it's an exciting time for science.
It is.
But it also brings up some big questions about the future of work.
Yeah.
Like, what happens to scientists if AI is doing more of the work?
What skills will be important in the future?
Yeah, like, will we need to train scientists differently?
It's hard to say for sure, but
Yeah.
I think things like critical thinking and creativity,
Right.
those will be even more important.
Yeah, because those are things that AI can't really do.
Right. And also being able to understand AI,
Mm-hmm.
knowing how to work with it.
Being able to interpret its results.
Exactly. It's not enough to be a scientist anymore.
Yeah,
You have to be a scientist who understands AI.
it's like a whole new way of thinking about science.
It is.
And there's still a lot of unknowns.
Yeah.
But one thing's for sure.
What's that?
AI is going to have a huge impact on science.
I think we can all agree on that.
It's a really transformative technology.
Absolutely.
And it's up to us to make sure we use it wisely.
Yeah, we have to think about the article implications.
And the societal impact.
Right. It's not just about the science
It's
itself.
about how it affects our world.
It's a big responsibility.
It is. Okay, so we've talked about how this AI co-scientist,
Yeah.
could maybe like revolutionize research.
Uh-huh.
But I'm still kind of grappling with the big picture here.
It is a lot to take in.
Yeah,
Really makes you think.
it does. It really makes you think, like, if an AI is proposing a solution,
Right.
is that really a discovery?
Yeah.
If it still needs humans to, like, validate it.
Right. Like, is it really the AI's discovery?
Yeah, and does it, like, diminish the role of, like,
Yeah.
human intuition and creativity in science?
That's where things get kind of philosophical.
Right.
Yeah. It's like, where do you draw the line?
Yeah.
But I think it's more helpful to think of it as like, we're expanding what we can do,
Uh-huh.
not replacing what humans do.
Right. Like, we're still the ones asking the questions,
Yeah, exact.
setting the research agenda,
Yeah.
even if AI is helping us find the answers faster.
Right. And let's not forget, AI is a tool.
Right.
It's only as good as the data we give it
Uh-huh.
and the humans who are using it.
Yeah, it's not like AI is off doing its own thing.
You know, it's not like some road AI scientist.
Right. We still need critical thinking,
Yeah.
skepticism, all the things that make science good
Play
science.
the good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a partnership.
Yeah, it's not a takeover.
Not yet, at least.
So with any powerful tool,
Right.
there are questions of like access and control.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
The article talked about making this tester version of co-scientist available.
Mm-hmm.
But like long term, who gets to use this?
Right. Who benefits from it?
Yeah, those are huge questions.
Huge.
Like what if AI-driven science just like
Yeah.
makes existing inequalities worse?
Like the rich get richer.
Yeah, or could it actually like level the playing field?
Right. Maybe it gives everyone access to these powerful tools.
Yeah, it's hard to say.
It really is.
It could go either way.
It depends on how we manage it.
Yeah, like how we as a society
Right.
decide to govern and regulate these technologies.
It's not just a science problem. It's
Yeah.
a social problem, a political problem.
It's a human problem.
It is.
It feels like we're at a crossroads
We are.
with a lot of possibilities, but also,
A lot of risks.
yeah, a lot of things to be careful about.
Definitely.
So where do we go from here?
That's the big question.
Yeah, it's like, what can our listeners do to be more, like,
Yeah.
informed and engaged in this whole conversation about AI and science?
Well, first of all, stay curious.
Okay?
Keep learning about this stuff.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to ask questions.
Ask those tough questions.
Yeah, challenge some of them.
Right.
And talk about this stuff.
Have those conversations.
Yeah, because the future of AI isn't set in stone.
Right.
We're still figuring it out.
We all have a role to play.
Exactly.
Those are great points.
Thanks.
This deep dive has definitely given me a lot to think about.
Me too.
It seems like AI is going to be a major force in science,
Yeah, no doubt.
and it's up to us to make sure it's used for good.
Well said.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into the world of AI and science.
My pleasure.
We hope you found it interesting
Yeah.
and thought-provoking,
Definitely.
and that it's encouraged you to think about the role of AI in our lives.
It's important.
It is super important.
Yeah.
So until next time, keep exploring,
Keep learning.
keep asking questions.